Hello friends, welcome to yet another season of Swasth, the doctor's approach to holistic health. Dr. Neetika Modi and I this time decided to delve inwards to find the very core of our consciousness. We just took this crusade to heal our minds, to find that higher consciousness, our spirit, because we know for certain that this mind and this spirit has complete impact on our body, both positive and negative.
थोड़ी जानकारी हमने ली तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद से, जहाँ 3000 साल पहले ये लिखा गया था that our body is actually made up of पंच कोशा, 5 कोश. सबसे पहले अन्न कोशा जो हमारी बॉडी का फिजिकल पार्ट है, हमारी बॉडी है. अन्न कोश मतलब द फूड शीट. फूड इज़ नीडेड टू गवर्न दिस बॉडी. द body requires this as its nourishment, and this is the science and the part of the koshas which the medical field in the last 200 years has really found superiority over. But did we know that beyond the Annamaya kosha, there's the Pranamaya kosha, which is the breath, which is where healers work on our auras, our chakras, through pranic healing, through Vedic healing, and through chakra cleansing. The third kosha is the Manamaya kosha, that's the mind. Most diseases, we are told to believe today, begin in the Manamaya kosha, the mind aspect. The fourth is the Vignamaya kosha, which is the intellectual mind. And the fifth kosha, dear friends, is the Anandamaya kosha, the stage of enlightenment. Aaj, with Dr. Chopra, we are trying to achieve a complete union of the body, mind and spirit in conversation with someone who's known as the divine soul. Sister Shivani is going to grace us with her presence and give us a bit of enlightenment on these difficult topics.
It gives us great pride and honor to welcome Sister Shivani in this conversation. She will walk us through many questions, many doubts in our mind, covering subjects as varied as parenting, food we eat, physical activities, interpersonal relationship, addiction. We will cover all the subjects where we know that mind and spirit are going to control our body, our habits, and our karma. You will be absolutely amazed how much power our mind has over us. So control the mind, control the body, control your life.
आइए बात करें आहार, विहार, आचार, विचार और व्यवहार के बारे में with Dr. Chopra and me and Sister Shivani.
We have with us Sister Shivani, who is a Brahmkumari and my mentor and a mentor to many people.
A moment's bath in the mystic water of knowledge purifies the soul. Today we are blessed that we are going to be basking in some spiritual knowledge.
And today we hope to deep dive into the sea of your infinite knowledge and hope to take out a few pearls of wisdom from you. And because the subject is so vast, we have segmented it into body, mind and spirit. We know that our body is a mass of 40 trillion cells and some energy field that works together to bring about harmony and rhythm. So my question with you would be, इस नश्वर बॉडी को हम क्या खाना खिलाएं, क्या आहार दें ताकि we can protect it from disease, deterioration? कुछ ऐसा है कि we should या कितनी दफ़ा खिलाएं? तो since we are talking about body, let's start with the first most important part जो हमारे जहन में आता है कि हमें हमारी बॉडी को ज़रूरत है, वो आहार. तो आपका क्या विचार है कि कैसा आहार होना चाहिए ताकि हम डिजीज़ मुक्त रहें, हमारा लाइफ पीसफुल अच्छा रहे, माइंड बॉडी दोनों के लिए?
When we use the word diet, it is what we are taking in. So कुछ साल पहले तक when we said diet, it was about what we were eating and drinking. But now for the last 2 decades, it's also about what we are consuming here. That is also diet. So because that diet also has an effect on the body. So it's not only affecting the mind, because the mind has an effect on the body. So what I'm consuming for the mind is also affecting the body. So what I consume is 5 things. What I watch, what I read, what I listen, what I eat, what I drink. तो 5 चीज़ें हो गई जो हम सुनते हैं, देखते हैं, पढ़ते हैं, खाते हैं, पीते हैं. ये 5 चीज़ें अंदर जा रही है. So it's like if you take a processed plant, these 5 are the raw material. तो product उसी से बनेगा. If I'm looking at the product, it talks very highly about the raw material that's going in. So the body is final product, but these 5 are the raw materials that are going in. So if we look at what we eat and what we drink, so at the Brahma Kumaris, we have deep belief and then experimented and experienced the impact of food, not just on the body, but first on the mind. और अगर हम देखें कि भारत की संस्कृति में ये हज़ारों सालों से है कि जैसा अन्न वैसा मन होता है. इट इज़ नॉट जैसा अन्न वैसा तन होता है. सो द प्रोसेस इज जैसा अन्न वैसा मन होता है, जैसा मन वैसा तन होता है. इसीलिए तो मेजॉरिटी डॉक्टर्स आजकल कहते हैं ना कि मोस्ट डिजीजेज आर साइकोसोमैटिक. तो साइकोसोमैटिक में साइकी वर्ड आ गया सबसे पहले. सो इवन इफ आई एम ईटिंग परफेक्ट, even if I am drinking perfect, if I am not thinking perfect, my body is not responding the right way. तो इसीलिए डॉक्टर्स कहते हैं अगर हम उनको जाके कहें कि बट आई एक्सरसाइज, आई एम वेजिटेरियन, आई डोंट ड्रिंक, आई डोंट स्मोक, फिर मुझे ये कैसे हुआ, then doctors will say stress. So which means that is playing an important role. And इस पे the food is also playing an important role. So what we practice and we experience is sattvic khana. And sattvic khana means which is strictly vegetarian. We don't eat onion, garlic also. And secondly, what we focus a lot on is the way it is cooked. Because that's where the vibrations play a very important role. So all of us take care of what we are eating, but we also have to take care of how we are cooking and how we are eating.
And probably who is cooking.
Yeah, that's what. So how we are cooking, all that comes into that, how we are cooking. So we also practice that we don't eat out.
Okay.
We don't eat out simply because food that is cooked as a business model has vibrations only of business.
Right.
है ना? अब आपकी एक प्यारी सी ग्रैंड डॉटर है, अब आप उसके लिए खाना बनाओ. Now just see the energy with which you will go in the kitchen.
हाँ, बिल्कुल,
है ना?
बिल्कुल.
आप अपने बच्चों के लिए खाना बना रहे हो तो आप कौन सी एनर्जी से रसोई में जाते हो? सबसे पहले आपकी इंटेंशन ये होती है कि what is healthy for them, I want to give them.
Correct.
ठीक है? Even if you're making a little junk item for them जो उनको खाना हो, पिज़्ज़ा है, बर्गर, आप उसमें भी कुछ ऐसा डाल देंगे.
Correct.
Because your basic intention of that diet is that whatever I cook for you should give you health. So the basic intention is of giving. And then there is an intention of love. And then of course while you're cooking, all your energy, all your vibrations of giving are going into the food. And now whoever will consume that food will get the vibration of giving. And then they will become a giver because they have eaten food which has cooked with the energy of giving. But when I eat food which has been cooked with the intention of earning, so उसकी energy ऐसे है, उसकी energy ऐसे नहीं है, उसकी एनर्जी ऐसे है. एंड इन दैट ऑल्सो द प्रायोरिटी ऑब्वियसली इज गोइंग टू बी ये थोड़ा कम कर दो तो प्रॉफिट मार्जिन बढ़ जाएगा, ये थोड़ा चेंज कर दो तो प्रॉफिट मार्जिन बढ़ जाएगा. बिकॉज इट्स बिजनेस, नो? सो एनीबडी हु इज रनिंग इट एज अ बिजनेस, दे आर गोइंग टू रन इट एज अ बिजनेस. सो फर्स्ट प्रिडोमिनेंट इंटेंशन इज यू ईट, आई अर्न. So that is a predominant intention. Secondly, where it's been cooked in big numbers, there's a lot of hurried energy, there's a lot of energy of hurry up, ये हो रहा है, लेट हो रहा है, वो वेट कर रहे हैं, कस्टमर नाराज हो रहा है, all that energy is there. And then the third is I don't know who's cooking for me.
And who's feeding you?
For we at the Brahma Kumaris, we understand that what we are eating is important, but more than that is important how it is being cooked. And actually it's also very important how it was grown. So at the Brahma Kumaris, we also have a very nice project which is called Yogic Kheti. जहाँ खेतों में जाकर 30 minutes meditation करते हैं, 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes every evening, focused meditation with the grains, the fruits, the plants. It's an experiment to understand the power of mind on the food. Because people have a lot of question mark today कि हम organic diet खा रहे हैं, हम सब कुछ अच्छा खा रहे हैं, फिर क्यों हमें कैंसर हो रहा है, क्यों हमें बीमारियाँ हो रही हैं. So and this is something anybody can experiment at home. Okay, you see the effect of your mind on plants. If you just take 2 plants and water both the plants, but एक plant को आप बहुत प्यार से water करो, उससे बातें करते करो, और दूसरे plant को आपको इतना काम है, अब इसको पानी भी मुझे ही देना पड़ता है, कोई मेरा काम नहीं करता, and now you water. So both the plants will get the equal sunlight, water, everything. But the vibration will be different and you will see a distinct difference in the plant. So the food which we eat has come from the farm. वो हमें नहीं पता कि state of mind कैसी थी. Nowadays we know farmers are so stressed because of all the ecological imbalance. फिर वो market में कैसे आता है, फिर उधर से बाद वो retail shop में आता है, फिर उसके बाद वो kitchen में आता है, फिर उसके बाद कोई बनाता है, फिर हमें कोई serve करता है, फिर हम खाते हैं. So there are so many minds that have gone over that food. So at least on the last stage we need to take care of how it's being cooked. So we prefer that we cook in a very silent and meditative state of mind. We will always play something in the kitchen, like it is played in a mandir or in a gurdwara, wherever prasad is cooked. But at the Brahma Kumaris, millions of people who come, not just at the ashram mein to hota hi hai. Everybody who comes to the center, they are all working, looking after families, but when they are cooking, they will always play something in the kitchen. So bhajan हो गए, कोई प्रवचन हो गया, मतलब high energy words in the kitchen होना चाहिए. Cannot cook food without having high energy words there, because the one who is cooking will not constantly have the right thoughts. And then in a meditative style. So cooking should be like a ritual, highest energy. And then उसके बाद no phone and TV while eating. Because if it's been all been cooked very right, but then I switch on the TV, so all those words are going into the food. Or if I get a call, I start talking and here is my plate before that. So food and water absorbs
Energies.
words, absorbs vibrations, absorbs thoughts. So no gadgets, no phone, TV while eating, no negative conversation also while eating. आजकल क्या होता है, dinner time is probably the only time when everybody just comes together, because everyone's out during the day. But then we certainly tend to talk about what happened at work, this didn't go right, that didn't go right, ये ठीक नहीं है, या कोई खा रहा है उसको बोलते हैं ये मत खाओ, ये आपके लिए अच्छा नहीं है. So we never put negative words should not go into the food. So 10-15 minutes either silence or consciously right conversation. No problems, no sorrow, no pain, no anger, no irritation in the food. No क्या है, ये क्या बनाया है, ऐसा भी कोई खाना है, खा भी रहे हैं लेकिन उसको
कोस भी रहे हैं,
रिजेक्शन भी दे रहे हैं, So शुक्राना के साथ खाना, gratitude. So just before eating, take a 20-second pause, connect to divine and say our high energy words in the food and then start eating. So we cook that way, and we also take samples of all the food in a plate and then go and sit in the meditation room and meditate with that for at least 10 minutes and then put that food back into that and then serve it to everybody. So food is a very, very predominant part in a spiritual principle.
Absolutely.
Because it's not just affecting the health of the body, it's affecting the spiritual journey, which means it's affecting the emotional health also. And इसके साथ अब थोड़ा सा दूसरी diet का भी ध्यान रखना है कि what we watch, read, listen, because that's also affecting the health of the body.
Ji. So coming to food, Shivani, and in this day of overconsumption, and we're actually breaking down the nutrients and everything, where there's a new fad diet happening every other week. Nobody's actually talking of these things and the things which actually matter. So thank you, that's really knowledgeable. I'd also wanted to check on what you think about fasting in this time of overconsumption, and like our sages earlier have said, fasting on Ekadashi and on these certain days. We know as doctors it does give a break to the body, to everybody needs a little rest. Our alimentary canal also needs a bit of rest. But how does that help fasting, if you can throw some light on that?
I've only been experimenting with it for last 4 years. It's COVID times actually, that was the time, because once you're in one place for 2 years at a stretch, you can experiment with what you're doing. And that's when I experimented with early dinner. This is personal experiment I'm talking about. Early dinner, which means by 6:30 or 7 it's done. And then breakfast by around 9:30. And then nothing in between. I think it's magical.
Intermittent fasting.
It's magical, yeah. It was not even consciously done as intermittent fasting. It was just that, yes, there are normally we do programs in the evening now. So by the time we have dinner, it is 8:39. So because those 2 years, there was no public event. So I started having early dinner, and breakfast to वैसे 9:30 तक होता है. So, but I've realized energy level goes higher. Now I've continued with it even now. But when we are traveling, now I have to schedule everything according to that. But now I've seen that even on long travel plans, back-to-back programs, my energy level is higher than what it was before COVID.
Wonderful.
100% I can say that I don't feel tired the way I would before, because जब बाहर होते हैं, it's quite little erratic, you're constantly meeting, you're talking. Energy level is way higher than it was before COVID, and I can't think of any other change that I've made in the diet.
आप बिल्कुल शांत स्वरूपा हैं, शांत दिखती हैं और मेरे ख्याल में स्वस्थ भी लगती हैं. जो एनर्जी आपसे निकल बाहर आता है बाहर, वो हम सब खुद महसूस करते हैं कि there is a glow about you, there's a good health and a calm mind about your personality. So to achieve this, have you brought yogasana into your life? Have you, or do you work out in the gym? So as a person who does not know very much about this, what is your take on yogasana, on yoga?
As far as physical activity is concerned, I only do a little walk, and that's why I'm not able to do daily, because the day I am not here in one place, then it's a 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. schedule in another city when we go. When at one place, then it's not missed a single day, but it's only a walk.
Physical health has now become synonymous with going to the gym, working out crazy, treating your body as brutal as possible, eating all the junk high protein diet and stuff. And on the other hand, we have, like my Purvaj, my father, my grandfather, completely believed in yogasana and tehelna, walk, like you said. And that was a way of their life. They lived healthy, happy, without major disease for a long, long time. And here we see people dying in the gym because they're working out so much. How do we balance that out? That you can live a modern life, do the modern practices, and go back to what our tradition, our ancestors have been doing.
Just if we think or introspect, one is sedentary lifestyle, of course, is a part of thing. But I think our way of eating, timing of eating, consuming the kind of food we are having, and also our thought processes, that's having an impact on the body. And so then we're trying to find all possible means that how are we going to create health. But the more natural we keep it, I think more easier it is. But if we complicate things first here, there's a culture here. Monday to Friday they work extremely hard. And then they say we're very stressed Monday to Friday. Then Saturday, Sunday they will party very hard. So actually there's not a single day out of the week which is an energizing day. So उनको लगता है कि Saturday, Sunday is a de-stressor, but actually नहीं है. Because that's a bigger depleter. देर से सो रहे हैं, देर से नहीं सो रहे मतलब सुबह सो रहे हैं.
Yeah, true.
है ना, सुबह सो रहे हैं. So they will come back by 3, 4. Kind of food we are having at the party, what we are drinking, kind of conversations that we are doing. So, which is fine, you party, but you have to check. You cannot call it a de-stressor, because a de-stressor means an energizer. But a party is not an energizer. So basically you're not doing anything in these 7 days which is energizing you. So obviously mind and body both are going to get affected, and then we will obviously have to start looking for means ke if I'm abusing something, then I will have to take extra care of what should I do to be able to get it back to perfect health. I think if we just lead a normal, simple lifestyle, we won't have to think so much about it.
So right, you're so right.
Yeah, life simple है, हमने थोड़ी सी उसको
and do more of our things by ourselves than have someone else do it.
Yeah.
Just stick to that. So
for me, I feel just eating home cooked food can solve a lot of things. It can solve a lot of things, because it's now been 26 years I have not touched 1 grain outside. And not I, millions of people were coming to the center. It's a blessing to understand the power of food on mind and mind
changer,
on body.
Huh?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
See, nowadays, what we're eating, how it's cooked, and nowadays even delivered.
absolutely.
You know, so we are the generation who used to take dabba With us, now we are sitting at home and ordering dabba at home. And again, in that also there is pressure. It has to reach you in 10 minutes. Otherwise, you can get the order cancelled. So I sometimes just say, what must be the state of mind of that little boy who must be delivering it? There's fear and panic there. There is pressure, the way that child will, drive his scooter or a motorcycle. Now, it's a business model, which is fine for the one who's doing a business. It's fine for the people sitting at home that they feel that they have the control over the person and that they can cancel the order. But in this whole process, the one which is getting affected is the human mind of the one who is delivering and the one who is consuming the food, which is coming with all that fear and anxiety also on the way. But we're not looking at all that. Even if we look at the food, we are only just checking whether it has those minerals, those carbohydrates which we want. Vibrations, we have to remember, Jaisa An, Vaisa Man is the line. So Bharat is the country which knows this. Everybody else says you are what you eat and then starts talking about only minerals, because we think you are what you eat means this is what I am. It's not saying my body is what I eat. It is saying I am what I eat. I am what I eat. So then once I understand that, I'll start focusing on that side. So even if I'm having the best diet, but it comes with all these energies. Now just visualize at a party, even if you're eating the healthiest food over there, even if you're just having a salad, what's the energy? What are the words going on over there? What are the emotions? What are the conversations? And so many people in one room. What's that energy of that salad? So you will think that you're having the healthiest food item, but it has...
What a brilliant interpretation of I am what I eat.
Yeah,
I mean, this is the knowledge that we really need. ये तो सारा आपने निकाल के दे दिया हमें. That was such a wonderful and brilliant analysis of mind, spirit, and the body, their interaction, the interdependability, and the need for each other. We discussed the importance of food, and Sister Shivani said that food is not just for the body, food for the mind. Not just what you put inside your body, it's what content goes into your mind. Now this is then complete ahar or complete food, what we say that what the body needs.
It was a very intellectually stimulating session today with Sister Shivani. कहीं ये नज़र में आया कि we are putting focus on all the wrong things. How much nutrients we need on our body, what is the amount of protein and carbohydrates that we need to put into it. Rather, she guided us on कैसे खाना बनना चाहिए, किस प्रकार का खाना बनना चाहिए, कहाँ से हमारा खाना आता है और किस विचार से बैठ के खाना खाना चाहिए. So in fact, focusing on the things that actually matter and taking away from the focus of being so specific into the nutrients of what we are eating. It was a journey for us, and it
Wonderful journey.
And it has left us enlightened, if I may say.
And spellbound.
Yes. Thank you for watching us on this season where we'll dwell deeper and deeper into territories never covered before. Thank you.
Thank you.